Standing in Moab feels like stepping beyond Earth itself. A landscape of crimson stone and endless horizons that seem destined to be the backdrop of an alien world. For me, Moab isn't just a wheeling trip, it's a tradition. My first trip here was driven by curiosity and adventure, learning the trails, exploring the unknown, and pushing my Jeep hard enough to find the limits of both machine and driver. And I've got one left.
We're back, except instead of back in black, we're back in Moab.
Back in red.
Back in red, that's right.
With my Jeep largely dialed in and arguably slightly overbuilt, the second trip shifted the focus from preparation to experience. It was a chance to tackle tougher trails, resulting in both rewarding success and humbling failures. When the second trip came to an end, I left with a sense of accomplishment. I believed I had written the final page of my Moab story. It took me 3 trips to understand a simple truth. Moab never really lets you leave. So here I am again, beginning a third adventure.
I regret my life choices.
No return to Moab would be complete without my longtime adventure pal, Danny Dubenstein. Curiously, his driver license still insists his name is Jason, but after all these years, that seems like a minor technicality. Rebecca, my oldest daughter, now graduated from post-secondary, is now launching into the next chapter of her life.
I ain't going down that.
You're right, we're going up it.
Before the responsibilities of full-time work take hold, we're setting out on one last adventure together.
Why do you do this to me?
And of course, there's me, the crazy guy with all the cameras. For the first time in my 3 trips here, the weather wasn't quite cooperating. We were forced to adjust our schedule a bit. When dry, Moab's slick rock grips your tires with almost unbelievable tenacity. But under rain, the desert changes its character. Grip gives way to uncertainty, and every obstacle becomes more dangerous. We lingered at our Airbnb that morning, watching the rain sweep across the landscape and waiting for the storm to loosen its grip. Once the rain subsided, we headed out to Arches, kicking off our adventure here in Moab, albeit in a slightly different order than usual.
So it's kind of a blah day.
So we're gonna do arches today at the start of our week here instead of the middle. We'll see how that works out. But we may have found a little bit of a bunny hill of an off-road trail here, so we're gonna check that out today too. It's a pretty cool place. Our route would take us from Balanced Rock to the Devil's Garden, the scenic way. Not along the worn paths of tourists, but through a hidden side of arches that few visitors ever experience. This trail, while nothing much more than a gravel road, started out very rough. We got stuck behind a Bronco.
Broncos they belong anywhere except for on a trail. Like, this is like a 0.1 out of 10 trail, and Buddy's going like 2 kilometers an hour. Freaking candy ass.
This route started out flatter than Taylor Swift's Tushy, but it soon gave way to much more familiar terrain.
Can't do it anymore.
The trail was leading us towards a secluded arch, hidden deep within a maze of sandstone walls. We emerged at the tower arch, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the desert. It was silent, remote, and spectacular. This was a place untouched by the bustle of the park. Most importantly, it was a long way from the tourists, and even farther away from that shitty Bronco. Of course, some of Arch's most iconic landmarks draw crowds, and avoiding them entirely is impossible. But even when surrounded by others, these incredible formations remain every bit as breathtaking as they've always been. The Bunny Hills were now behind us. The skies have cleared, the rain has stopped, and the call of the bigger trails was impossible to ignore. After all that rain, would the slick rock welcome us, or would it fight back?
Well, today is our first official trail day, even though we did hit a trail yesterday. It was like a green run through arches. Still fun, but today is our first official trail day, and we're going to do the Moab Rim in the morning, and then a second trail in the afternoon to do like a kind of late afternoon evening run. Haven't really decided which one yet, but for right now it's Moab Rim. And as you can see, I have a different passenger this year. Ray has a job, so she couldn't come, and Becca just graduated animation school, so she's gonna be like a professional film person in the near future. And so she's just got a little bit of downtime. She just graduated, so I figured to bring her along. And looking forward to getting a nice scenic trail in with some technical obstacles, hopefully. And yeah, we're gonna have some good, safe fun.
I knew it wasn't good today.
The Moab Rim Trail is no joke. The trail starts out with a 20-degree climb, and it ends with a top-of-the-world-like view of the town site. The obstacles begin literally at the start of the trail. While Rebecca has wheeled with me quite a bit, she's never done a trail quite like this one. To be honest, neither have I. tackled plenty of steep climbs and technical obstacles over the years, but never with a 1,000-foot void lurking just inches to our left. It was an eye-opening introduction to a trail we had only been on for a matter of minutes. First obstacle was the Devil's Crack.
Holy shit, man. Do not look in your rearview mirror.
All we saw was canyon. But problems were lurking just around the corner. My rear locker seems to have failed.
Oh, I regret my life choices.
In addition to packing tools, I also pack spare parts. Especially weird ones like this small brass fitting.
Alright, so for whatever reason the airline popped off at the diff. Just had to kind of like reinstall it, torque back down. It's always nice to have tools, and it's always good to do your own work, because then when something goes wrong, you know exactly what to do on the trail.
This is for Corey, Superman. Fix a hawker line and a single down.
Easy fix, we were back underway. We were still within sight of the staging area, and only 600 meters into a 12.8 kilometer long trail when we arrived at what is arguably the Moab Rim's signature obstacle, the Z-turns.
It's kicking us. Look at this. There's like bits of Jeep everywhere.
It's very easy to get in trouble quickly on obstacles like this, especially in a two-door with a relatively short 95.4 inch wheelbase. Jason and his much longer JKU, featuring a 6.4 liter Hemi, was up next.
Cut hard right now. Cut hard right and go forward. You got lots of room.
Even with a quick 2-point turn required to line things up, the obstacle hardly slowed him down. What looked intimidating from below proved to be little more than another step in the trail. While we were past some of the more YouTube famous features, the climb wasn't done with us just yet. It was deceptively steep, which would make any obstacles we encounter much more difficult, especially for my two-door. after a few more extremely pathetic attempts at this ledge, I decided that it was time to cheat.
It's a nice little bite. Doesn't look like it's through to the cord, so should be good. Find out when we air up, I guess.
I was also having a small issue myself. My PSC power steering reservoir cap seems to have developed a small leak.
I guess when I get back to the Airbnb, I'm going to take this off and reseal it, and then when it's cooler there, I'm going to double check the fluid levels. But, meh, it's a Jeep thing.
This year's problems, for now at least, are a far cry from the issues I encountered on the Trifecta Trail last year.
But here's the thing, even though not having the best trail day, at the end of the day, I'm not pulling Subaru keys out of my pocket.
.3 kilometers in now, and the battle with the big climb was over. But we still had a lot of trail left.
Well, it's definitely a challenging trail. I've never had to get winched up anywhere here in Moab.
Well, almost never.
But I just couldn't make it. Didn't have enough wheelbase, and for the first time, I'm actually not liking the manual on the trails. It's like I just can't quite get rocked around and then keep my foot in the engagement zone on the clutch, so it's just kind of frustrating.
With the trail still winding ahead, we reached a vantage point where Moab revealed itself in the distance. A small reminder of just how vast this landscape truly is.
So what do you think of this trip?
Pretty cool so far.
How many times have you been scared?
3, and they're all at the start.
Yeah, the start was nasty.
Yeah. I don't like seeing like too close to the edge because it freaks me out. Because I just picture rolling over, dying.
The obstacles we faced here were enough to keep things interesting. But Moab Rim reveals its teeth early on. The most technical sections come right at the start, forcing you to prove yourself before the trail gives anything back. The second half of Moab Rim felt like a completely different trail. The biggest obstacles were definitely behind us now, but the adventure was far from over. The trail continued to wind through incredible desert terrain, with sweeping views, technical sections, and moments where the sheer scale of Moab reminded us just how small we were in this landscape. This trail first entered my mind during a quiet lunch stop on last year's trifecta journey. From this vantage point, it looked like a worthy challenge waiting to be explored. Little did I know, the trail ahead would redefine my idea of difficulty and make the trifecta seem like the easy road.
Okay for now.
When we finally reached the top of Moab Rim, there was a quiet moment of satisfaction.
So I guess we're at the 3-hour mark now, and we're arriving at the top. So I'm thinking the way down will probably be a little bit faster, probably 2.5 hours. But this has been quite the trail. Definitely the most technical trail I've ever been on.
The obstacles were now behind us, replaced by sweeping views of the desert and the realization that we had earned every inch of that climb.
Absolutely awesome. I was not expecting to be doing like such extreme technical wheeling right off the starting gates, like right from the parking lot. So it was had a few little pucker moments here and there, but all good. The Jeep did well. Both our Jeeps did well. A few little minor issues here and there, but nothing broken yet.
Hopefully not ever.
Hopefully not ever. But once you get to the top here, it's all worth it. You can see the snowy mountains in the background there, and there's a nice ledge here to look into the valley. It's like you're on another kind of smaller version of Top of the World. But yeah, it's just awesome for really our first real day of wheeling here. Always seem to like to start out with the extreme stuff first.
Well, that way you got like 4 days to fix your shit.
4 days to fix your shit and relax, I guess, if you call it that.
I think this is a real honor badge trail. I'm not sure if I like it more than the trifecta per se. It's definitely more technical. I would probably have to downgrade the trifecta to like a 5 out of 10 now and leave this as a solid 7. My heart skipped a beat there when my rear locker started just blowing air right at the start, because you cannot do this trail without functioning lockers, both front and rear. And you know, there's seems to be a tiny little power steering drip. Checked the reservoir earlier, it was still full, but yeah, just having a few little minor technical glitches with my Jeep, but all you Toyota guys out there are laughing. You know, it's a Jeep thing. Jeep thing or not, we made it up the Moab Rim. Well, a trifecta is challenging due to its sheer length and the fact that it is actually 3 trails in one. This was, without a doubt, the toughest individual trail that Jason and I have ever done. That being said, it's no Pritchett Canyon. The trail dropped away into a maze of ledges, loose rocks, and steep lines, with the vast red landscape stretching out in every direction.
So it's now 1:19 and we're heading down. We got started pretty much at 9:30, so looking at 3.5 hours up, probably at least 2.5 down. It might take us 3 to go down. There's a couple obstacles that well, I banged my bumper going down them pretty good, so
we weren't here chasing some sissy trail badges or collecting those stupid rubber ducks. The reward was the challenge itself, the satisfaction of navigating one of Moab's more demanding trails.
And where down we go. Way down we go. Say way down we go.
Good, come driver. It's just a little drop.
Say we roll down to your car. Way down we go.
It was easier on the way down. It didn't need to be winched. Lock up. Oh, that wheelbase is awesome. Don't know how I'm gonna do this one, but we'll figure it out. That there looks like my line.
Even though I smacked my rear bumper hard on the way up, thanks to the amazing approach angle, this obstacle turned out to be an easy one on the way down.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down.
I forgot to put it down into first gear, so I gained a little too much speed and Corey yelled at me and I almost pooped a little.
But in many ways, down was much sketchier than up. Rebecca certainly didn't like the sight of the 1,000-foot drop just outside of her window.
I don't know, it's a toss-up between Trifecta and this. I'm kind of leaning towards Trifecta. It's more scenic. And there's more spacing between technical things, whereas right here, right off the start of the parking lot, you're almost going up steep ledges and other obstacles that you need lockers on. Otherwise, you're not going to have a very good time.
Well, besides being scared on the what's
The shelf road, the
shelves?
ledge, the edge.
Yeah, I don't like the ledges. Oh yeah, it was good.
You know it's not the drop that kills you though, right? It's a sudden stop.
Why would you tell me that? I'm gonna be traumatized when I come home.
Mentally spent, we scrapped plans for an evening run. We hit the pool instead. The trail challenged Rebecca in ways she did not expect. There were moments of doubt, moments that pushed her well beyond her comfort zone, and moments that demanded trust in both her dad and his Jeep. Our trip was far from over though. I still had a few life lessons to put Rebecca through.
Lovely weather, huh?
Our trip started out quite unexpectedly.
Freaking Berta.
Yeah. It's always like this in May.
Not usually. It's supposed to be like summer in May. Weirdest weather ever.
The weather finally broke when we entered the state of Utah.
Hey Becca,
What?
what did Harry Potter say at the gas station? Expensive petroleum on this! Hey, think you got a leak. There's a big puddle under your front tire.
I don't have any fluid under my hood that's yellow.
Just a few minutes down the road, we got to the bottom of Jason's fluid leak.
get comfortable. Undo your zipper. Pull your leader out, stretch it. And then place the tip inside the mouth of the bottle, and then let it go. Well, you kind of have to plan it. You usually try and plan it when there's no cars around and it's like a straight stretch.
The bottle's almost full. I'm still going.
What if you have more pee than the bottle can hold? What do you do then?
I can't stop going once I've started. It stings.
Pinch it off.
Fortunately, Jason is a bit smarter than Lloyd here, at least when it comes to what type of bottle to use, just in case there's an awkward, distracted driving stop.
Is this your peacock?
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Woo! Cafe Rio is spicy in and out. Holy shit. It's gonna be a long drive. Back. Third year in a row. Same place, but new victim.
Why are you do this to me?
With our trip officially reaching the halfway mark, we had one more aggressive trail on the agenda before easing into the second half of the week. That being said, easing in is relative, because in Moab, even mild can be an adventure.
Well, day 3 at Moab, second day of real trails. Today we're doing a familiar favorite, Hell's Revenge. Be a nice, easy trail compared to yesterday. And looking forward to a little bit more scenic run today. The fins that you climb over on this trail are pretty spectacular, and it always makes for a good time.
While Rebecca had a trial by fire introduction to wheeling on the Moab Rim Trail, the fins of Hell's Revenge are a whole new ballgame.
Where's the edge? I don't see it.
It's there somewhere.
Okay.
We were heading straight for the signature feature of this trail, Hell's Gate. Right before the gate, there's a canyon overlook where everything looks calm, serene even, which is nature's way of saying, you're about to regret your next decision. I gave my other daughter, Ray, a wild ride last year, managing to scare her for the first time ever.
I don't usually get scared, like, at all during this, but I'm kind of shook right now.
Just relax.
Oh, hell no, I ain't going down that.
You're right. We're going up it.
We could call you guys nuts and bolts.
This is more like nuts and nuts.
I'm not sure if it's psychological torture that my subconscious wants to unleash on my unsuspecting daughters, but I once again took a totally screwy line up the gate.
Hey, what did one saggy boob say to the other?
I don't know.
If we don't get support soon, they're going to call us a couple of nuts.
Ew.
Not even jokes worked this time.
Why are you doing this to me?
Okay, look, people, relax. I took her on the bunny hill first, all right?
Okay for now. It's not so bad. I take it back.
So just remember, this is the bunny hill.
I had my fun, yeah, at Rebecca's expense. Time for the actual line. Jason's turn to show us all the proper way to do the gate. Even though the notches were dustier and slicker than I've ever seen them, Jason ran a near perfect line.
It's awesome. It's fun. But even doing it a second time within a year still kind of gets your heart racing a little bit. But again, it seems like I picked the almost exact same line that I did last year. Kind of went into the rut a bit at the top, but at that point you just keep going and use a little bit of throttle if you need to get up and out. But yeah, all in all, good. So far so good. Nothing broken, bent, or even scratched for that matter.
I don't want to do that again. Don't make me do it again. I have my eyes closed. I was praying to Jesus.
And what did he say? Your dad's an idiot? Here's a fun fact for you. Farts come in two varieties. They can be silent or loud. But this is a little known fact. There's a turd option.
Our next stop would be a rewarding one, and as luck would have it, someone was tempting fate inside the Devil's hot tub.
The LSX, probably a little over 700 horsepower, Curry 70, 14 bolt shaving rear, 40 spline Brannock shafts. The frickin' Nito stickies, man. This first run on these tires, man. And I don't know, without those, it wasn't happening. When I saw the water, I didn't think I had a chance in hell. And I mean, I was probably 2 or 3 more tries from calling it.
The storm from a couple days ago had left its mark on this trail. The struggle to keep the front tires heated and dry was real.
Don't put them in the water now.
Boiling the tires all the way back down just might have been the ticket on this penultimate attempt.
That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But that last one where we just almost made it, I was like, okay, we got it. I ended up having to shift to third gear. I was spinning too much in second. That last try, I went third gear. I started in second, grabbed third. The other tries, I was going first, second, and I was just getting too much tire spin. I had just a little less tire spin that time, and that's what made the difference. So my heart's going though.
Oh, I bet.
At a price tag of $250,000, this buggy was no joke. There really isn't a trail that Moab can throw at this rig that it can't handle.
You know what blows my mind? The fact that people know this exists and still choose golf as a hobby.
No shit. I fucking hate golf with a passion.
We head back down from the tubs. Our next obstacle was the staircase. And a bit more three-wheel action for my daughter's enjoyment.
Yes, I know. I'm a terrible father.
At least golf isn't scary. It'll just make you shit
Have you
yourself.
seen how they dress? How is that not scary?
Our time on Hell's Revenge is winding down. This was probably the most fun I've had here. The views of the LaSalle Mountains atop each fin never get old. This is, and always will be, one of my favorite Moab trails. One that I'm sure to revisit each time I return to this incredible place.
What were your thoughts of today?
I thought we were going to tip over back there and I was scared. I might have sworn under my breath. I missed it. Sorry, Mama. I tried. Other than that, this is probably my favorite trail. I say that about every new trail.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, these are all your first times doing them, so
That's fine.
I really enjoyed Hell's today. It was a lot of fun. You know, it's a nice, relatively non-technical trail compared to Moab Rim. But the scenery here is really, really, really cool. That's my favorite part, is the scenery.
Unlike Moab Rim, Hell's didn't mentally drain us, so we were off to Chicken Corners for an evening run. While not a technical trail at all, we ran into a group of mall crawlers that was treating it as if it were.
Did you notice how the supermarket was out of tampons?
Yeah. You mean the people in front took them all?
Just talking about you.
The scenery here is unlike anything I have ever seen. Like Hell's Revenge, it never gets old. Hurrah Pass is a spectacle that every Moab adventurer needs to experience, at least once. As we crested the pass, the trails seemed to fall away, and the entire desert unfolded in front of us.
Yeah, coming over the crest, it's just like boom, right in your face. You see vast desert, the river, just everything all around.
The Colorado River carved its way through the red rock below, with the towering walls of Cane Creek and the endless sandstone mesas stretching towards the horizon. After miles of technical trails over the past few days, this is one of those moments where the trails stopped being about obstacles and became about simply taking in the scale of Moab.
For the most part, this two-wheel drive trail is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Somebody's having a good time.
I was just getting so relaxed in my Jeep, just sitting there, kind of taking in all the views, but not technical at all. Just nice, slow pace. Take your time. Check out the scenery. If you don't want to do much thinking, just want to take it easy, then this is the trail for you. You don't even need four-wheel drive.
We closed out the run with the crossing of this trail's namesake, the Chicken Corners. The only kicker with doing an evening run out here is that it makes for a late night. The mall crawlers eventually caught up to us. They chickened out of doing the corners, Unlike their wheeling program, their light program was on point. And they blinded us most of the way out. Other than this, Chicken Corners was a super fun trail. And even though it's about as easy a trail that you can find out here, it's always a highlight for me. Today we were off to Canyonlands, specifically the Schaefer Canyon Trail. Well, just over 3 kilometers, this portion of the trail drops 1,500 feet from the top of the mesa to the canyon floor. For those who suffer from acrophobia, this trail can be an adrenaline-filled adventure. After runs on trails like Moab Rim and Hell's Revenge, Rebecca was doing surprisingly well, considering the sheer vertical drop of doom that was just feet from her window.
Hey Jason,
Yes, princess.
did you hear about the guy that fell and lost his left side?
No.
Yeah, he's alright now.
Haha.
As the final switchbacks fell behind us, the towering canyon walls rising on all sides, the vastness of the landscape becomes almost overwhelming. The road levels out on the canyon floor, where the silence of the desert replaces the adrenaline of the descent. The next portion was equally impressive, a canyon within a canyon. All the while, we were following the twists and turns of the Colorado River. Interestingly enough, we were now directly across from where we were last night, at the Chicken Corners. As we neared the end of the trail, we stumbled across a curiosity that had my mind questioning what it was for years. Without warning, the desert gives way to color. Below the towering canyon walls, a chain of impossibly vivid pools erupts from the red earth. Electric blues and luminous greens, so intense they seem to glow from within. Against the stark sandstone and endless desert, the potash ponds feel like a secret from another planet.
Not 100% sure what potash is. It's more a Saskatchewan thing. It's not a Berta thing. In Berta, we got the oil. In Saskatchewan, they got the potash.
Apparently.
And apparently they got it here too.
We really just scratched the surface of Canyonlands. There's definitely much more to explore out here. Possibly even some desert camping for the next trip here. All week, Rebecca and I have been having our fun at Jason's expense. With each duck, Jason was getting more and more annoyed.
Motherfucker. This is my third duck. And I'm honestly just going to leave it there until it falls off like the last one. Ducks are the devil.
Fortunately, we had a bag full of the little suckers. Lucky for Jason, it's our last day here.
The last day is always bittersweet. You're looking forward to getting home to the wife and the other kid. But at the same time, you know, this is such an amazing place. It's always hard to leave.
Once again, I'm following my tradition of closing out the week with a run on the 7-mile rim. This trail has become my personal farewell to Moab, a final chance to take in the desert before heading home. But this time, it was different. For the first time, I wouldn't be experiencing this trail alone. I was finally getting a chance to share one of my favorite trails with my good friend Jason, and I couldn't think of a better way for us to end this trip. For the first time, we had a full Moab trip without battling the usual heat. Today was no exception, but the cooler temperatures came with a trade-off. The sky was heavy with clouds, and the occasional drops of rain were a reminder that the desert can change quickly.
So Becca, what do you hear?
Nothing but the rain.
So go get your gun and bring in the cat.
Even though this is an easy trail, there are always a few side obstacles to have fun on. And of course, Jay and I took them all. Upon arriving at the Uranium Arch, Jason and I made a new friend.
How old are you guys? 5?
Rebecca's giving us just a little bit too much credit. With the buttes finally appearing in the distance, reality began to sink in. This incredible Moab adventure was entering the final act. Coming up to the buttes feels like the desert's way of delivering a solid dad joke. Big, obvious, and impossible to ignore.
Hey Becca,
Yeah.
what's faster than an escalator?
I don't know.
An escasooner.
As I mentioned before, we weren't just following the trail. We were chasing every side obstacle along the way. The only one left was Wipeout Hill. But after a week of relentless challenges, long days, and countless miles of Moab sandstone, even we had to admit that the tank was nearly empty. We made the call to leave it for another day. After all, every great adventure needs a reason to return. With one final crawl down some of these infamous red rocks, our Moab adventure was all but over. While I truly enjoy soloing, mainly because it's easier to shoot a documentary alone, I was happy that Jason made it through the week this time, and that I was able to share the whole adventure with him.
Yeah, thanks for planning everything, and it was another successful experience, and I'm glad I made it the full lot of days this time. I think this was better than last year.
I have to say, the highlight for me was seeing how much fun Rebecca was having. The trips I took when I was her age with my parents are forever etched in my mind. From the time I was 12 until my mid-20s, we spent every single summer in Montana. My dad loved adventure, and I'm sure he would have absolutely loved Moab, but he never got to see it while he was here. I'm pretty sure he would have thought I was more than just a little nutty, but in the end, I like to think that he would have loved joining me on these crazy adventures. Life is full of forks in the road. You never know where it's going to lead you. But if that fork is pointing you towards Moab, take it.
Say, well, maybe next year I won't come back. And every year I keep coming back. This is my third year in a row. But we'll see.
Each trip here has one standout moment. And that moment for me this year was conquering the Rim. I don't think my Moab story is over just yet. As the red rock of Moab fades behind me, my eyes are already on the next horizon. The Kootenays, the Chilcotins, and, unexpectedly, a September run to Texas by way of Colorado's Alpine Loop. New trails, new landscapes, and new stories just waiting to be told.
I decided to do the hot side first. That side I might get a little bit of shade from the sun. It's not crazy hot though. It wasn't crazy hot pretty much ever this year. Yesterday a little bit. But the weather was pretty cold. It'd be really nice if we didn't get any snowstorms on the way home.
Well, I'm just kind of physically exhausted. Yeah, a week of bumps. It's kind of taken its toll after today. Maybe a little bit mentally exhausted too. Not from today, but on the more extreme stuff, you really have to think and pick your lines wisely. If you want to go home,
And that's a wrap.
So say we all.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!